foreign ministers of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or the SCO, are meeting today in Uzbekistan's capital Tashkent for a two-day meeting. The SCO currently comprises of 8 member nations, and India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will be participating in this crucial meeting. He is also expected to hold bilateral talks with his Chinese and Russian counterparts on the sidelines. The meeting of the foreign ministers will set the stage for the SCO summit to take place on the 15th of September, the 15th and the 16th of September in Uzbekistan. The SCO summit is the meeting of the world's largest regional bloc, which represents nearly about 40% of the world's population. And today's meeting will discuss preparations for the upcoming meeting of the SCO Council of the Heads of States in Samarkand. They'll also review the ongoing cooperation and the expansion of the SCO organization, and the ministers will exchange ideas on regional and global developments of common concern. Now, the September summit will focus on the growing concerns over inflation and fears of recession. It will also look to promote stability in the region amidst growing tensions due to the war in Ukraine and also the subsequent sanctions. Meanwhile, the Indian Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar will be under the same roof with his Pakistani counterpart Bilawal Bhutto Zardari as part of the meeting. Now, this will be the first time that Bhutto will be meeting S. Jaishankar face to face after the formation of the new coalition government in Pakistan. However, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari and S. Jaishankar, the meeting between the two countries is not expected. Now, on the other hand, S. Jaishankar may have a bilateral meeting with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and also the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. He is also likely to meet with President and the Foreign Minister of the host nation, Uzbekistan. And now to give us more updates in terms of what we can expect with this crucial meeting that will take place today in Uzbekistan, we joined in by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who is in fact joining us live from Tashkent at this point of time. Anas, this is a crucial meeting between the foreign ministers of the SCO member nations. What's on the agenda today?
Well, on the agenda today is our bilaterals. The SCO formally kicks off at around 7 p.m. with a dinner, with a formal dinner. Before that, we'd be seeing the arrival of delegates. Just a short while back, I saw the Chinese side coming in as well. So presumably that was the Chinese foreign minister, because I saw a car with the Chinese flag in it. In the hotel that's behind me and right across that is the conference center. I saw the Afghan delegates, and I happen to have spoken to Anas Haqqani, the brother of the Interior Minister of Afghanistan, Sirajuddin Haqqani, and they said that they are leaving today, but they're optimistic of holding meetings with all of the member nations and their delegates and their foreign ministers separately. So that would be something to watch out keenly. Alongside that, the Russian foreign minister is due to arrive very shortly here in Tashkent. Right. After that, we'll be seeing the arrival of the Pakistani foreign minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari and the Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Though they would be together in the same room at a number of occasions, but a structured meeting or a formal bilateral meeting is not likely to take place. It's not to happen. No side has put in a request for that, and that is what we have been told. Though the probability of a handshake between the two foreign ministers cannot be ruled out. Saleh?
Absolutely, indeed. That'll be something very interesting to watch out for. The Indian and the Pakistani foreign ministers in the same room, the same table, although at this point of time there's no structured meeting, as you say, between the two of them. Now, apart from this, Anas, this is also a meeting where we expect that Iran will be a new joinee, although we do not expect the Iranian foreign minister to be present there today. But SCO is expanding, and what does Iran bring to the SCO formation?
Well, as we speak, there are 8 member countries and 4 observers of the SCO. The 4 observers are Mongolia, Belarus, Iran and Afghanistan. Now, in the last SCO meeting, that was in 2021, all of the member states had approved the accession of Iran into the SCO. So, in the upcoming Heads of Governments meeting, that is to happen in September in Samarkand here in Uzbekistan, the that's where we will be seeing that Iran will formally be inducted into the SCO as well. So no observers have been invited to today's meeting. No participating countries have been invited. Only member countries, the 8 foreign ministers, will be here. They comprise about 40% of the world's population. This is the biggest regional bloc. What we have to keep in mind is that this comes in the backdrop of that much talked on Ukraine crisis. Most of the countries that are participating, they've either taken a considerable neutral position on the Ukraine conflict or have not sided with the position that of the Western Bloc. That is going to be really interesting as to what the Chinese side has to say, what the Russian side has to say, and of course what India and Pakistan have to say as well. The 4 bigger foreign ministers would be to watch out: the Russian, Chinese, Pakistan and Indian foreign minister. But the other thing that will be very significant is the fact that the Afghan foreign minister, the Afghan Taliban interim government, is here in Tashkent already. They were here for the Afghanistan conference that took place on the 25th and 26th of this month, just 2 days back, and they're staying back. So they will be holding separate meetings with what they say will be with all of the visiting foreign ministers. What we understand is that they have a meeting scheduled with the Russian side, they have a meeting scheduled with the Chinese side. There are hints, rather speculations, that a meeting with the Indian side can also take place, though still that is still not confirmed. But in case if that happens, that can possibly be the first ever interaction. We understand that the Pakistani foreign minister is also meeting the interim Afghan authorities.
All right, that'll be an interesting development to look forward for. Thank you very much indeed, Anas Malik, for joining us from Tashkent and getting us all those updates. There will of course come back to you as more details emerge in this story as the foreign ministers meet later this evening. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.